Hello and welcome to this week's Mammon podcast. Congratulations if you've made it this far. We're on episode 18 and we're going to be discussing our top 5 solo recording artists. How have you found this topic, Mike? I don't know about you. I've changed my mind about 50 times. Like, the Spotify playlist has been updated about 20. That's not a lie.
I feel okay about it.
Yeah? Why only okay?
I think it's every we spoke about like films and TV shows, games even. I feel like I've got like eclectic taste. Like I feel like I have got a broad spectrum to talk about. Whereas my solo artists are, I don't know, very much in the same vein. I feel like, or between two sort of ones. I don't know. Maybe you'll disagree. Maybe you'll say they're varied. I don't know.
I think I know what you mean. Put down that pen. I think
it's like episode 1 all over again.
Literally got a regression going on here, Mike. So seriously, congratulations if you made it this far. Mine are, I would say, quite similar, all of them. But I think if you like a genre of music, that's what you do tend to stick to. I don't think I'm going to get as much hate as I did such as when I did the top 5 bands, because a lot of people disagreed with a lot of my choices for them. They liked your choices, didn't like mine. But I think I'll get a lot more love for the artists I've chosen this time around. I don't think they're ones that are sort of be like, what the hell? What are you thinking when you've chosen that? No McBusted, basically.
But no, about to say that was a wild choice.
That was a wild choice. But yeah, this week we do have a guest. Shall I let them introduce themselves?
Yeah, although, do you want to explain that this is a pre-recorded guest?
Yes, it's a pre-recorded guest. And if anyone else fancies doing this as well, on Anchor, you're able to actually record voice messages for podcasts that you like. So if anyone fancies doing that, feel free. I've just realised that this person's added an honourable mention that I didn't notice. So I've not actually got anything prepared in terms of what their honourable mention is, but you're complete. You have no idea what any of their choices are anyway.
No, I'm in the dark. I can just absolutely judge, and I won't be able to hold my reaction back. So hopefully they're good.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Right, I'll let them introduce themselves. Do you know what helps?
What's that?
Turning the volume up.
It's going to work. It's going to benefit.
Right, let's try that again.
Hi everyone, I'm Siobhan and I know one of the Mikes because I'm engaged to his wife's cousin. Really excited to be featured for this episode. 1, because I'm a big fan of the podcast, and 2, because I could talk all day about some of my favourite solo artists. So really looking forward to sharing my top 5 with you all.
Okay, so
hold on, just first of all, This is bullshit, Siobhan, because we're on episode 18 and you already sounded more professional on your intro than we have done on any of our episodes.
Yeah, I when I was listening to that back, well, I felt the same with Shauna as well. Like, are we that unprofessional that we just sound awful all the time?
I do feel like I'm learning very little about myself as I go.
Well, we're just that's what it is. But yeah, so this week it's Siobhan who's our guest. As she
said. When she first started, I don't know why, but I felt like she was going to say, and I'm engaged to one of the Mikes. I was like, you're in trouble, me.
Yeah. No, it's Lauren's cousin that she's engaged to. Been planning to go to the wedding. I think it's like been rearranged 3 times, maybe.
Oh,
hopefully, I think it's in August, the new date. So fingers crossed, all goes to plan. We'll be going to that.
Well, if Siobhan's a real fan of the show, should have us officiate her wedding. That's what I feel like is a sign of being a real man.
I think that needs to happen.
Can we get that hashtag?
Yeah.
Mike to officiate.
Yeah. Make it trend, like all of our other trends.
Like Hogs of War 2, which I will die on this hill.
If you search Hogs of War 2 on like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, it's only us who comes up with it.
Seriously?
Which also surprises me. But yeah, we are like the only people that come up. I keep on looking at it occasionally thinking, I wonder if like Hogs of War 2 people are talking about. No, it's literally just us.
Amazing.
Siobhan is quite big on social media, by the way, and she's if you're a fan of books, specifically fantasy ones, I'd recommend following her on both Instagram and TikTok. You can find her by Siobhan Way on Instagram or Bit on the Si SI on TikTok. Go on.
I was going to say we get Siobhan on then for a fantasy one. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think as a live guest, I think she should come on. I was going to say
and then you can like host it
because we know I'm not that big into books or anything, but I do enjoy fantasy, and I enjoy talking about it.
And you love magic, as we know.
Oh, yeah, you know it. By the way, you
Yeah.
can also find us on Instagram and TikTok. Do you know how, Mike?
Through the handle Mammon Podcast.
Yeah. I've started up a TikTok page where I post little clips of the podcast episode. Just if you're not sure about the episode that you're going to watch, or not watch, you don't watch a podcast, listen to, then you can have a look on TikTok to see if you think you're going to enjoy it.
And we promise to never do a dance on there.
Well, I might.
Well,
I'm not
maybe.
promising anything. You've seen how drunk I get.
I feel like you should put your videos on there.
What, my movies?
Yeah. Or
That's actually
should
not a bad idea.
should we both try and do our top 5 movies? Like, that would be
Sort of,
awesome.
Yeah, go back to what our top 5 movies were.
Honestly, we need to
And
sort out a
do-
weekend where you come round and we just do loads of Mammon stuff.
I think that would be awesome. By the way, for those who don't know what Mike's talking about there, over lockdown, I decided to, for a load of quizzes, do a special round at the end of my quizzes in which I would reenact movie scenes and people had to guess what the movie scenes were. And there was a lot of fun doing, actually.
Oh, good.
I think people enjoyed them. They were shit, but they were good at the same time, I think.
No, but I feel like they were good for like how amateur a level it was. Just
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean.
And-
Like, it
and
was
quick.
Shitly. I really like my Indiana Jones one. That's one of my favourite ones.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, before we get started, how's your week been?
Yeah, good. Yeah, second week back.
Actually, been a week since we last recorded as well.
Did I tell you I bought a new TV? Well, on the podcast anyway.
You did on the podcast, yes.
Yeah.
You were saying something. I think you did on the podcast. I think you said that you'd ordered it, but something happened, so you had to return it and get a new one.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. But now I've got it, and it's really annoying because like the difference, like the picture quality is insane.
How big is it?
Well, sorry, I mean like the size is the same of the screen,
Oh, is it?
but like the quality of the picture of the TV, you know what I mean?
So you got a 4K one, have you?
Well, I had a 4K one before, but this is like a 4K one that's got more like LEDs in or LCDs in.
Is it
So it's like-
OLEDs?
No, so like it's an LG. Like there's 3 like brand. You've got like normal LG, the cheapest one.
Yeah.
Then you've got the more expensive, which is like the OLED or something, or Q something. And then
Mhm.
I got the middle one, which is Nano.
Okay, I think I've got a cheap LG.
And yeah, the picture quality is so much better than my old Bush one. But Sean is like, no, I can't tell the difference. And like, I'm
Does
considering.
she prefer a bit of the old Bush?
She prefers a bit of the old Bush.
Hey. So the whole time, the moment you mentioned that, I was thinking, I need to get something in there, and you set me up straight away.
Remember, she listens to this, so
I
you
know.
probably get a text going, "What the fuck, Mike?"
Or a text saying yes or no.
Or no.
Yeah.
Or yes, and the wedding's off.
Yeah. My secret's out.
So yeah, just enjoying a new TV. What about you?
Yeah, not a lot really. Finished my String of Nights because I was on the end of the first night, I think, when I spoke to you last.
Yes.
And I've had 3 more since. Got another one on Friday, just gone for those listening. And then I haven't got Nights for a little bit, which will be nice. But yeah, not a lot really here is happening. Sorry, go on.
Does the blood look different at night?
It looks a bit blurry
That's crazy.
through blurry eyes.
Yeah.
We have started looking at some houses, but none of them have been what we want so far. So we sort of know what we want. When we've looked at them, we're like, no, this isn't for us. So it's made us realise what it is that we actually do want in a house.
Yeah, it's the best thing about house views.
Yeah.
I think.
So we've seen plenty that we don't like, so we know what we do want there.
Exciting times.
It is exciting times. I'm going to ask you, because last week we said we'd talk about it off air, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Just because it was in the middle of our top 5 lists. But I'm going to ask you, you recently watched both Hot Rod and Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Which have been 2 of my choices for the top 5 comedies and top 5 rom-coms.
Yeah.
So Hot Rod, you said, was a solid 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
So you enjoyed it still, though?
Yeah, it was like an enjoyable film, yeah.
Yeah, but nothing more to say than that.
No.
Did you really enjoy the because it is one of my favourite scenes in the movie, the You're the Voice riot scene?
Yeah, that was good, yeah, where it just all of a sudden turns into a riot.
It's
Yeah, I
just
enjoyed
bizarre
that.
and very funny.
I enjoyed when they drowned him.
Yeah.
I had it on far too loud where Amy Poehler's ex-husband, what's his name?
Oh, Will Arnett.
Yeah, when he started screaming "babe" repeatedly.
Yeah.
I had it on really loud. I was on my iPad and I was cleaning some pots and hands. I couldn't turn it down. My window was open, and a load of neighbours were out in the garden. It was honestly so loud, and it just goes on forever. And I was like, for fuck's sake!
It is a great. It's got quite a lot of comedy moments. I think I agree. It is a solid 6 out of 10. But for me, I think it's just one of those ones I enjoyed throughout university. So
I thought Palm Springs was like a genuinely good, like really good film, like from a technical standpoint.
Do you see why it went straight to the top of my rom-coms?
Oh, 100%. Like, I think like it's like, not Oscar worthy necessarily, but it's more in that vein than most rom-coms, which are more throwaway films.
It's got a lot of heart, a lot of comedy. It's just a brilliant film, and it's just not what I expected going into it.
But I just love, like, I was watching a really cool video about like the use of swimming pools in films, to be like a metaphor for like the character's subconscious, and I was like, it works really well for Palm Springs as well, I think, because like it just shows that he's accepted his fate. He's lazily drifting on
away.
this Lilo, and I was like, yeah, it like works perfectly in Palm Springs there as well.
And I really like that they just don't explain why it's occurred in terms of the time loop. Like, you sort of get, it's because of that sort of inside that cave.
Yeah.
But it's just accepted. You don't need to go into why. It's the plot, it's done. There we go, move on.
As well, I think what's cool is, well, I won't say that because I'll spoil it for people.
Well, tell me and I might mute it.
Okay.
Or,
I don't
I'll tell you what.
Well, I guess it's not really
Whisper it in my ear, Mike.
So, Mike, I often don't like endings where I feel like they bottle it and they leave it ambiguous, because I just feel like it's shit.
Yeah.
Half the time I feel like it's because they were worried that half the fans wouldn't like that ending, half the fans wouldn't like that, so they just did neither, and it ends up being shit. Whereas this one, although it left it really did leave an ending you could take for yourself.
Yes, 100%.
And I feel like that was satisfying. Like, for me, I took that that they were still stuck in the loop, personally.
Oh, really?
Mm.
And you thought they was just ignoring, what's his face? I can't remember the character's name. J.K. Simmons, his character at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that.
Well, if you remember, you don't see...
No, you don't
see them two at the wedding, do you? At the end, when J.K. Simmons comes back.
Do you? I didn't recall that.
I don't think... Oh, no, you do. Sorry, they do... I think he does talk to him, but he does ignore him. I can't remember now. But either way, you can take it either way, and I felt like that's what it was, personally.
Okay, I like that. But that's when it's got a good ending, in my opinion, when...
It could go either way.
Yeah, it could go either way, but you enjoyed it no matter what.
For me as well, maybe definitely think that you saw the dinosaurs again at the end.
Yes, you did.
As it zoomed down.
Yeah. Right, shall we crack on with this week's?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'd written a great line for that on my little mini script in front of me, just telling me prompts of what to do.
I want you to start writing segues in.
Yeah. I'd actually written, right, in the words of Humpty Dumpty, let's crack on.
Of who?
The words of Humpty Dumpty.
I don't know why the first time. That sounded really odd.
Nor do I. Right, let's move on. Top 5 solo artists. Let's hear your number 5 choice.
I wouldn't say this is an artist I listen to. Like, there are other solo artists that aren't on here that I listen to more regularly. But I had to put this on because I think technically, from like a technical music, vocal point of view, she's got to be one of the best artists of all time. Like, her voice is just incredible.
Okay.
And there's an amazing documentary about her life as well, and that's Amy Winehouse.
She was very, very close to being on my list.
Was she?
Yeah, she gets mentioned in my honourable mentions. But yeah, very.
How many honourable mentions you got this week?
Well, no, I've only got one.
And was it her?
No, it wasn't her. But I'll explain why I'm talking the way I am
when we
get to the honourable mentions.
Okay. But yeah, I just like I say, from a technical standpoint, her voice was just like outstanding.
Oh, couldn't agree more.
And I like how she sort of broke into the sort of mainstream sort of pop-esque world. You have the top 40 with songs that were like edgy and cool and went against the sort of grain of popularity at that time, if that makes sense. I know she had the Zootons cover Valerie, which was awesome, but like her songs that she, wrote and performed were like very personal and, like I say, quite dark, really, which doesn't normally have that sort of fun upbeat that you normally get in the top 40, I find.
No,
or at least back then, anyway.
Back to Black was one of my favourite albums when I was younger. I remember playing it a lot while playing Doom on the Xbox.
What a weird...
I know. But that's I remember listening to Back to Black while playing Doom. But yeah, it's a great album.
Have you seen the documentary Amy?
I
as well?
haven't, but
so
I've heard
good.
it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. I think it's the same people who did Supersonic, which was another really good one with Oasis.
Again, another one that I haven't watched, but want to. Yeah, I think the reason why you say she's not like in terms of always playing and stuff, she hasn't got that many songs because obviously she died so young. But the fact that she's so remembered despite only technically releasing 2 albums, like that's just such a sort of not honor for her, but it just shows how talented she was.
Particularly, like, I can't believe like how many albums like Queen released, for instance.
Yeah.
So like to have as many like great songs as Amy Winehouse did in a limited time is incredible. Whereas actually, when you look at a lot of these artists, from like the 80s and the 70s, they had like 20 albums. So yeah, of course they've got 10 amazing songs. Like,
so my next artist has, I've just counted, I've gone and forgotten. It was either 18 or 20 albums.
Well, this might be my number 4 that you're about to talk about then.
Well, all we know is that we had no crossover on the songs. But I doubt it. Again, I doubt it. We're going to go for, anything else you want to say about Amy Winehouse?
No, I think that, like I say, she's not someone that I I'm not going to lie, say I regularly listen to, I don't. But I do think she's one of the best singers I've ever heard. Like, it's just so clean and raw and like emotional. I don't know, it's like everything.
Isn't she like one of the latest members of the 27 Club as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Which there's far too many of.
Yeah, definitely.
Just having a look.
Was Kurt Cobain one?
Kurt Cobain was one.
Yeah.
Anton Yelchin, he was one of the latest members.
Yeah.
In fact, he
was. What a weird way that he died as well.
I know. It's genuinely, I hate thinking about it. It sort of almost makes me upset because he must have been crushed for a little bit, sort of alive. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because he was such a talented actor. So yeah, I'm going to get upset thinking about it. I think I'm overtired. Right, let's hear Siobhan's number 5 pick.
So my number 5 pick is Kate Bush. I just think she's brilliant. Her music is original. It's really stood the test of time. She's an amazing performer, just enchanting to watch or listen to. And she was the first woman to get a number 1 in the UK charts with a self-written song, which I think is pretty impressive. That was actually for Wuthering Heights, which I adore, but not as much as I love Babushka, which is my go-to karaoke song.
So yeah, Kate Bush. Do you know much about Kate Bush?
No, like I've heard of Wuthering Heights. I didn't know she was the first female artist
nor did I.
Get number 1 with her own song. That's awesome. Is Running Up That Hill one of hers?
Yeah, she's one of those people. Written down here is like, I don't know a huge amount about Kate Bush, but she's got such an iconic voice. You could hear a song not knowing it was by her, and it like instantly recognise her voice or recognise it being her.
Yeah,
she's just a very quirky style, hasn't she?
Yeah. Well, like as well, I don't know that much about her, but as soon as you said Kate Bush, I was like, oh yeah, I know that's a good. I know that's a big musician that a lot of people respect as well, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
I only know 3 things about Kate Bush, and they're not really Kate Bush. They're more about songs. There's a band called the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain that does a brilliant cover of Wuthering Heights. Next is Noel Fielding dancing to Wuthering Heights on Just Dance for Comic Relief. And then Alan Partridge for Comic Relief did a Kate Bush tribute in which he sung a medley of her songs. And it's hilarious. And like sometimes when I hear Babushka or Wuthering Heights, I've got his voice in my head because of just how distinct Alan Partridge is. But annoyingly, somehow he beats Kate Bush's voice in terms of those songs. I don't understand how. But yeah, I think that was a solid choice for number 5.
Nice one.
Right.
Yours next?
My number 5, I haven't got a huge amount I can say about him, and I don't think he'd be up here if I hadn't recently watched Blinded by the Light, and it's Bruce Springsteen.
Do you know who I thought for a second?
Who?
I thought, he's gone for Stormzy.
Yeah, that's the sort of music that I listen to. No, Bruce Springsteen. And like I say, I don't think he would have been up there if I hadn't just recently watched Blinded by the Light, but he's a musician that's on the top of my list at the moment, sort of thing. Have you ever seen Blinded by the Light?
No.
It's a great film written by the creators of Bend It Like Beckham. And it's about...
What film?
I know, right? Well, already been talked
Top
about
5, yeah.
It's about a Pakistani boy living in the UK, and his dad's very sort of like got these strict rules about what happens in his life and his lifestyle, and he's sort of like, you can see that he's a bit down and depressed about sort of like he can't go out to his friends' parties because Pakistani boys don't go to parties drinking, stuff like that. And one of his friends at school gives him a tape of or 2 cassettes of Bruce Springsteen and tells him to listen to him. It will change his life. And it's just about how he starts listening to him and sort of gets the confidence. And there's a great scene, genuinely. Like, even if you don't watch the film, skip to 45 minutes into the film. It's on Netflix, and watch a little scene. And it's got a great scene in the marketplace with Rob Brydon and the song Thunder Road. And it's just really uplifting. And it shows how music can change people's life. That's what I really liked about the film. So yeah, Bruce Springsteen, I'm just on a hit of just listening to all of his songs at the moment, really. And even though they're very American, like sort of when you think of Bruce Springsteen, you think of driving around Route 66 or something on a motorbike, don't you?
Yeah.
But he's got so many great songs, and he's even got like really understated ones that people don't think of as much. That are like very folky. But yeah.
I know a lot of, like, I've heard his name so much from American shows that, like, reference him.
Yeah.
In some way, like loads of American comedies and films and things like that. But I've never really listened to loads of it. Is Party in the USA or something? Is that Springsteen?
Born in the USA. You're thinking of Miley Cyrus.
That would have been a better pick.
No, it wouldn't. Born in the USA, yeah. Like I say, my favourite one, and I think it is guided by the film at the moment because I really like that. The clip, and I've watched it a few times, is Thunder Road. It's just a brilliant song. But I think what's cool about him is sort of like his songs, they don't necessarily mean what you think they mean. Sometimes it can be like sort of how you can pick up your life and move to a better place and try and get past all the shit that you've had in the past and try and move on. And that's what I quite like about him.
Looks a cool guy as well.
Oh yeah. I found a little fact about him.
Okay.
He was a bit of a rebel in school, and I think he went to a Catholic school just because he had nuns as teachers. And apparently, because he was rebelling against the school and the system, he was shoved into a bin by one of the nuns. Which I tried to Google to find out more information, but that's all the information I could find out about it.
Well, that'll teach you a lesson.
It would. So yeah, Bruce Springsteen for my number 5 choice. And like I say, skip 45 minutes into Blinded by the Light and you'll see what I mean.
I will actually do that.
Yeah, I'll remind you again at the end. Right, let's hear your number 4 choice then.
I feel like I spoke about this. I don't know why, because I was thinking, he's definitely not he's a solo artist, so I don't know why I would have talked about him. So you're going to have to stop me, and I can pick someone else if we've already spoke about this one too much.
Well, that's surely not, because we've only done 2 music.
About to say, I don't know why. I feel like we've had a conversation about this.
Okay.
But my number 4 is...
Well, we definitely have had a conversation about him, and we're going to stop, aren't we? Because he appears a bit later in my list.
Oh, does he?
The conversations that we've had about him in the past are me talking about him being my favourite artist of all time.
Oh, right. I'm about to say, I feel like I knew we have spoken about it, but I couldn't remember what. Okay, so should we leave him for later?
I think
then?
people might like. I'm obviously going to blur out the name, mute the name, yeah. But I think people might guess if they've listened to previous episodes who it might be. But we'll keep this in, and if they don't know, then they don't know. But
Okay.
I don't think it's going to come as a surprise for some people. My number 1 choice,
Right, swiftly moving on to Siobhan's number 4.
which I'm worried about.
Why?
Because I know literally nothing about this person.
Okay, all the pressure's on me then, is what you're saying now, to know this
I know
person.
about him. I know
Alright.
about him, but it's very, very modern music.
Okay, let's hear.
My number 4 is more a favourite of the moment rather than a favourite of all time, just because they haven't been around that long, but I'm totally obsessed with them right now, and that's Lil Nas X. I just think he's so unique, original, iconic. His music goes across so many genres. There's hip-hop, country, pop. He manages to bring it all together in such an amazing way. And his new song, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, is incredible. I listen to it on repeat, and the video is sensational.
So yeah, I know very, very little about him. I've obviously heard of Old Town Road, but the first time I listened to Old Town Road, I remember being in a nightclub with some people from work, and I was like, what's this song? And it's like, oh, it's Old Town Road. I was like, no idea whatsoever.
Yeah, I think Old Town Road is such a good song.
Yeah, I've since listened to it, and now I know it, and I do agree it is a great song.
Yeah, he's great. And I feel like he's like one of the first openly gay rappers.
Yeah, because I read that he came out halfway through sort of Old Town Road being promoted and stuff.
Yeah, I think he's really, really talented, and I don't think I've listened to enough. I've only probably listened to 3 of his songs, I'd say. But yeah, really, really, really talented. I think that's a great shout, and I think how old must he be? 21, 20?
Yeah, I reckon quite old, quite young. Sorry.
Yeah,
young.
so I reckon what's crazy is he's got talent and he's got years to get even better and better and better. So yeah, I think that's a great shout.
No, there we go. Fair play. Have you heard all the controversy around Montero? Call Me by Your Name.
No.
So it's because he's in the music video. I don't know how it gets to this point, but at the end of the music video, he's given Satan a lap dance, and then I think he kills Satan and takes Satan's crown, and that sort of is the end of the video. And a lot of people. Sorry, go on.
Well, I was going to say, I know he's got his own like Nike line of shoes, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think that sort of went to copyrighted because Nike didn't agree with it. But people are saying that it's like, what on earth's he doing? His music is for kids. Like Old Town Road was a kids anthem, and he literally he responded by saying Old Town Road literally talks about sodomy and lean. And I googled what lean was, and it's basically a drug which is made from cough syrup.
Oh, right.
But it's like, it clearly wasn't a kid's anthem. He literally basically said you need to be sort of checking what your kids listen to, because that was
just
not
because
a
it's
kid's
popular.
anthem.
Yeah, just because it's popular doesn't mean it's clean.
Well, I'm gonna slate someone that my mum used to look after. I remember my mum used to look after a kid who was in the shops singing. I've forgotten what song it is. It was Rihanna, and I've gone and forgotten the whole anecdote. She was singing the Rihanna song that basically was very inappropriate. I can't think what.
And how old was this kid?
Oh, she was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I've seen that loads. Like young kids singing like lyric songs. You're like,
yeah, and it was so inappropriate. And I think my mum said something to the mum, and she said, "Rihanna's for kids." It's like, you need to listen to the lyrics then. Like, it was incredibly inappropriate.
Yeah, there's no real age limit, is there, on music like there is on like films and TV shows?
That's where there used to be when you brought songs on CDs and stuff. Because I remember like buying because I'm that cool, as we all are. I remember buying Because I Got High by Afro Man.
Oh yeah, what tune?
Right, but that obviously had a big sort of disclaimer on it because it was inappropriate. But they all had like explicit on them. But because you can listen to anything on Spotify these days, doesn't matter what age you are. Then yeah.
What should we do?
That was it.
Should we?
So I've had a Google of Rihanna songs just to finish off my anecdote. It was Rude Boy, and she was singing the lyrics in the shop. Hello, rude boy, boy, can you get it up? Which that's not for kids.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The only bright side is the child obviously does not understand the meaning behind that at all.
No.
But yeah, it's messed up a bit when you think about it like that.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that's like you've said and she said, not had that much music yet, so it's still very, very new. But obviously they're very popular, and I know they're popular. It's just not my style of music.
But like I say, I think popular sometimes is synonymous with shit with music these days. But I think he's like a genuinely talented guy as well.
Yeah. Right. Should we go on to my number 4?
Let's do it.
My dad was a big fan of this artist when he was when I was younger, and I think that sort of like aided my popularity and enjoyment of him. Great musician, great actor, and a fantastic package, and that's David Bowie.
He's got a fantastic package.
Have you never seen Labyrinth?
No.
Oh, okay. Google now, David Bowie, Labyrinth package.
Why, has he got a massive schlong?
Well, my guess is yes from the film.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, packing heat, isn't he? There, Jesus, that's inappropriate.
Yeah, wasn't that very inappropriate? It's a kids' film, but yeah, I definitely haven't listened to all of his stuff. He's got so many songs and albums, and like he's known through the eras, isn't it? He's been playing for years, or was playing for years. But when I say also I haven't listened to all music, I would also say that's probably true on all my musicians.
Yeah,
I'm not one of those people who listens to an album front to back. I'm just more of a mainstream music fan. But yeah, there's not a single song though I've listened to him that I don't enjoy.
Well, I've said before on the podcast, I mean, I've mentioned it a few times, but Perks Being a Wallflower has this amazing scene where they listen to the song Heroes by David Bowie as they're going through a tunnel, and they stand up, one of them stands up at the truck as they're going through, and they say, I feel infinite. It's just such a cool moment. But it wouldn't be, it'd be cheesy, probably a bit awkward if it wasn't for that song.
Well, I've got here that one of my favourite songs is Changes, and it's probably from encountering it in Shrek 2, which it wasn't sung by David Bowie on Shrek 2, but I've listened to his version more than the version on Shrek 2.
Sing it, I can't remember that one.
Turn and face the change.
Oh,
changes.
yeah, that's a great song, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favourite songs by him. He's got so many personas as well, and he's also, he's a great actor as well. He's appeared in a lot of great films, like Labyrinth. Was he in The Illusionist or the other one?
The Prestige he was in.
He was in The Prestige. I always get that. I can never remember which one's which. Never.
The Prestige is the good one.
Okay, there you go. Is that the one with Christian Bale then?
Yeah. And Hugh Jackman. Wolverine.
Yes. He's got one of my favourite TV cameos as well from Ricky Gervais's Extras, in which he's appears as himself and sings an improvised song about Ricky, some character being a fat man. And what's even funny?
Oh yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, little fat man.
Yeah,
something like that. He's just a great artist, isn't he? He's so iconic, and he's one of those names that will always be sort of mentioned in terms of top artists of all time.
He also, here's a fun fact for you, along with the Smiths, wrote a song about Chernobyl.
That's a weird weird topic to write a song about.
Yeah, but they grew up, didn't they? I guess when it all happened,
that's very true.
It's nuts, isn't it?
And a lot of musicians play about what they know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or encountered.
It wasn't that what Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire" was about as well.
Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire" talks about everything, like all the events. Well, not. I don't know whereabouts it starts, but yeah. But yeah, that's definitely. I'm sure it's probably is mentioned on there. He changes the lyrics like with almost every live performance.
Oh, that's cool.
Just adding little bits or taking bits out and changing it depending on what's going on at the time in the world. But yeah, so David Bowie. I think it's actually Bowie, but I've always said David Bowie.
Yeah, it's Bowie.
Yeah, and I can't get it out of my head.
But I think you're right. I think I say Bowie as well. I know it is Bowie, but then I feel pretentious saying it now.
In fact, I read an article recently that said Bowie rhymes with Joey, so it definitely is David Bowie.
Yeah.
But I always just say David Bowie. But there we go. We've cleared up for the diehard fans just in case they get worried about it.
We're wrong. You're right.
Yes. Let's go for your number 3 then.
So my number 3, you definitely won't have picked. And I debated whether to pick this one because I didn't really enjoy his second album.
Dane Bowers?
Yes.
Is that difficult second album?
It was Darius. It's Darius I've gone for.
I was literally
by the way,
Gareth Gates for this was going to be my next guess.
My brother-in-law went to see him live, has all his albums and his autobiography.
Can we name and shame him? Is it Ben?
Yes, Ben, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why I asked, is it Ben? As if you got another brother-in-law.
But yeah.
Would he be annoyed that we've named and shamed him?
Maybe not, because I imagine, well, I don't know. We'll find out if he listens to it. If I get a text,
there's a lot of Bens out there.
This will find out if he's actually listening to it or not. If I get a text going, "What the fuck, man?" No, it's Tom Grennan.
I've not heard of the name.
So Tom Grennan sort of shot to fame, potentially with a song on FIFA called "I Found What I'm Looking For," and his first time I came across him, he was featured on someone else's. I'm trying to find it now. Someone else's song. So he was. That's it. Chasing Status. All Goes Wrong.
Okay.
And I went to. There's this really cool festival called Live at Leeds, where you get a wristband and you go to loads of different pubs in Leeds where they play music, and then by the end of the night, you get to the bigger ones. There's like 3 venues, like, clubs that have 3 different headliners. So I went to go see Tom Grennan.
Okay.
And
did you know much about it before you went?
I'd listened to all of Tom Grennan's album before. It's the reason I went.
Okay,
We also
yeah.
listened to some other really cool bands as well there. But he was awesome live, a great energy. Although probably, I think I said this before, but Black Honey stole the show. She was amazing. But yeah, his first album is very rare. I like every single song on an album.
Yeah.
Particularly because we're spoiled, in the age of like Spotify, Amazon
Well, that's
Music,
the thing. That's
Apple
what I mean.
Music.
You don't really listen to albums as much these days.
No, you
Or
pick
people
and
don't.
choose, don't you?
Yeah.
But actually, and I've got it his first album on LP because I can listen to every single song and they're all brilliant. And yeah, I wasn't as big a fan of his second. I feel like because he didn't get massive success with it, with his debut.
Yeah.
So I feel like he almost went a bit more safe and a bit more poppy, to try and get that top 40 money, I guess. But yeah, I thought just because of how much I loved his first album, I had to have him on.
That's fair. That is actually a solid choice in terms of a bit more of an obscure artist, I'd say.
Yeah, what I've tried to do is the rest of them have been around for a while.
See, I definitely haven't got that obscure artist in my list, so I'm glad that you do.
Yeah. So there you go. If you haven't, and you're wondering, it's on the playlist. But Little by Little is, or Little by Little Love is my favourite one, I'd say. Or
Okay.
Yeah, probably that one.
I've just listened while you was talking to found what I've been looking for, and I do recognise it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good choice actually. I like that. Right, let's go for Siobhan's number 3, which can I just say is a solid out there choice.
Okay.
My number 3 is Daniel Bedingfield. I know that might seem a bit random, but I'm honestly such a huge fan of his. Me and my boyfriend actually looked at getting him to perform for our wedding, but it was something like £30,000 plus expenses, which was, just a little bit out of our budget. The reason he makes the list, though, is mainly down to his 2002 album, Gotta Get Through This. It's so great. Every single song is a hit. Honestly, just go and listen to the full album now. It's so good. And I still think about his Brits performance with Natasha Bedingfield. Just epic.
So I didn't think I knew much of his music. And then I did a little Google of it. Like, obviously everyone knew about Gotta Get Through This.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a few other songs of his that people definitely know. But then I realised he only has 2 albums. So actually I know a majority of his music. And actually, you know what? He must have been early 2000s. He was around. He was a very popular artist at the time. Everyone knew him, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I feel like I know him for most is that he nearly died, didn't he? A car crash or something.
Did he?
Yeah, and then everyone kept doing really tasteless jokes of he's just got to get through this.
Oh, that is dark.
Yeah, but I just remember, and that was sort of I feel like the years of where that was that sort of just shock humour was what everyone went for.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's another artist I'm thinking of.
Can I say, I did actually Google the clip that she mentions of the Brits performance, because I was intrigued. I was like, I've not seen this performance. And it's basically Natasha Bedingfield did a cover of Ain't Nobody by Shaka Khan.
Mm-hmm.
And he appears on that single as well. And despite the performance being mildly incestuous, I'd say, it borders on it. It genuinely was phenomenal. It has a weird Arabic drum solo in the middle, but it's actually a brilliant live Brit performance.
Right, you need to stop talking. I need to skip through and see this weird sexual. In fact, I'll mute it. I'll have it on mute because I don't need to listen. Carry on.
The Arabic drum solo does appear in the single as well, but the single is nothing compared to the Brit performance. I do agree. Actually, after watching it back, it was an absolutely fantastic performance. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that Daniel Bedingfield, really. I think Siobhan covered most of it, because it's one of her top 5 artists. I love that she did try and hire him for the wedding. I'm really disappointed he's not there now. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
I hope you got someone just as awesome to replace him.
What, for mine?
If not, no, for the wedding.
For me? For my wedding?
No, not for your wedding, for Siobhan and
Sam's
wedding. Although if you don't have an awesome...
You're just not
artist.
going. You just tell me who it is so I can listen, and
exactly.
I'll start to...
Are you planning on having a band for your wedding?
No.
I was going to say, that wasn't something that I'd ever thought that you were going to have. Have you found this drum solo bit yet?
No, but I think. Well, here you go. Who is more of the incest coming from? Because I feel like it comes from one sibling more than the other.
I'd say it was more Daniel.
I would say it was more Natasha.
Oh, there you go.
Here's our next poll: which sibling was more sexually into the other in that duo?
But do you see what I mean though?
Yeah,
it just seemed mildly incestuous.
Yeah,
if you didn't know that there's brother and sister, you'd be thinking, they're probably getting it on backstage.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So Daniel Bedingfield. So I'm not a massive fan, but I don't think it's a terrible choice.
No, I think it's, like I said, it is a solid out there choice.
Yeah,
definitely a solid out there choice. Which I think with your I've forgotten his first name now, but Grennan.
Yeah, Tom Grennan. Yeah,
Tom Grennan. That's it. And Daniel Bedingfield. I've gone very mainstream.
Let's hear it.
Well, I wouldn't say mainstream,
but in comparison,
like he's definitely one of the top musicians of all time. And he was mentioned about 5-10 minutes ago, and it's Billy Joel.
Oh yeah.
So I first discovered Billy thanks to a colleague that I used to work with in Wetherspoons. He was a massive metalhead who worked in the kitchen. He was head of the kitchen there, and he was legitimately obsessed with Billy Joel. So whenever you'd walk into the kitchen and he was working, 9 times out of 10, you could guess he was going to be listening to Billy Joel. But slowly that sort of made me realise how iconic and fantastic a musician he was. And I'd like to say this: not only is he number 3 on my list of top five solo artists, but I've realised he's now about to become number 3 in what's now about to become my top 3 piano players, as a spoiler of what's to come. I realised that actually I'm a big fan of piano players.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I know you're on about for at least one more of them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
First I don't know what the hell you're on about.
Yeah, and then you realise.
And Piano Man is a great song as well.
Yeah, so that's obviously one of his most popular ones. He's got so many fantastic songs. Like, even if you don't realise he's the one who sings the songs, like, I really struggled to get it down to just the top 5. So you've got like Piano Man, She's Always a Woman, Allentown,
Uptown Girl.
Yeah, Uptown Girl was literally next on my list. I was about to say before you interrupted me. We didn't start the fire. Like, it's a huge list. There's so many on there. Like, I've just been listening to him back to back at the moment. And like songs like For the Longest Time. Have you ever heard that one?
Probably if I heard it, maybe, but not that I can think in my head.
It's mainly got his voice isolated in it. It's like a doo-wop style song, because that's what he seems to do. A lot of tributes to different styles, so it's like a doo-wop style song, and it's literally him singing the lead and backing vocals, and he does like clicking and clapping along to the tune. And the only other instruments the only other noises that appear are a bass guitar and a snare drum, which is hit with like one of those feathery type things.
So to use the official instruments
exactly
name.
I'm sure there is I got snare drum, not the feathery bit. But it goes to show how great his vocals are even when just completely isolated, which I think is you got to have confidence to just do a song in which it's just you singing on it and nothing else really. But yeah, one of my favourite songs I would say would be, which we haven't done this week, have we? We haven't talked about favourite songs of each artist.
No.
Have you got favourite songs for each artist? Should we go back after I say mine for this one?
Winehouse would be... I need to look at the name of Winehouse as well. So I'll tell you what, you go back through yours, because I need to check Amy Winehouse.
I just realised I have actually said all mine, haven't I? Because I said Bruce Springsteen, my favourite's Thunder Road. David Bowie is Changes. And for Billy Joel, it'd have to be Tell Her About It, which is like a 1960s Motown homage that he did back in the 80s.
Nice.
But I think that goes like we've got just nice sort of melodic rock music, Motown, doo-wop styles. He's just got so many genres that he plays.
Yeah.
I really like. He's one of those artists that the more you listen to him, the more you're like, yeah, actually, he is fantastic.
For me, Winehouse would be You Know I'm No Good.
Yeah.
Grennan would be maybe, I think, is it called Queen Bee?
Okay.
I'm no good at using Spotify. I can't find albums on there for some reason.
Oh.
But yes, I think it's either got the lyric. In fact, I'll just Google it. Royal Highness it's called. There you go.
Okay. And that's your favourite song by him?
Yeah. And then obviously
Okay.
I can't say my number 4 until later.
That's interesting that we picked the same, because so Mike added his songs to the playlist without looking at what was on the playlist. And it's interesting that for his number 4 and my number 1, we didn't overlap with any songs.
Yeah, that is nuts, isn't it?
Because he didn't actually know any of my choices, and it would have come up on Spotify saying already added to playlist if he had added a similar song. Right, should we move on?
Yes, let's do it.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sounded a bit unsure.
Yeah, I was just quickly looking at your songs on the playlist.
You cheat.
But I think we have got one cross. No, but I didn't look at any other artists. It just because luckily your first 5 you put on was that person.
Yes.
I think we have one crossover song, but it must be a different recorded version, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to remove that, and one of us had a different one.
Then. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's hear your number 2 choice.
Number 2 is Ed Sheeran.
Oh, solid. Didn't think of him. I think he probably would have been on my list if I had.
Yeah. I remember, like when I first sort of signed up for Facebook, I was in year 12, I think.
Yeah.
And I remember, so it was somewhere between year 12 and 13 when I was on Facebook, and I remember a girl in sixth form shared this video of this artist called Ed Sheeran who was singing...
shared a video of an artist who's not Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, but it was, well, at the time though, I was like, I didn't know who the fuck he was. You know what I mean? He wasn't signed or anything, never heard of him. So this was sort of like, when YouTube was able to get these sort of artists out there, and he was singing, I can't remember what it's called. You Know Me, I Don't Need You. You Need Me, I Don't Need You. I think it was called.
I've not heard that one, I don't think.
And yeah, and basically, so I started listening to it, and I just got obsessed, and then I found that he had like these albums that he'd sort of independently released you could listen to, and then a girlfriend at the time bought some tickets when I first moved up to uni, where he did a tour just before he'd been signed, so it was like £10 a ticket or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's when he brought on like Rizzle Kick, who he was like did some songs with Wretch 3 too. So like it wasn't just his performance. He got so many cool people on, and that first
really
album was just so good. I didn't like his second anywhere near as much, and I really liked his third again. But
his third was fantastic.
Yeah, but his first album, again, a bit like Tom Grennan's first album, there's not a song on there I didn't like, and that's very rare for me because I'm very picky with my music. And I know he gets a bit of shit now. I think he's become so popular, hasn't he, that like it's sort of an easy choice to go for, isn't it? To say it's almost like a lazy choice to say, oh yeah, Ed Sheeran's one of the best. But
yeah, actually, that's why I didn't pick him.
but I think just because he's popular, he writes his own fucking songs, writes his own music. I just think he's awesome.
Oh yeah, very, very talented. So I've got a friend who, like you, discovered him at Reading Festival and one of the introducing tents.
Yeah.
And he didn't have very many people there watching him. Just very sort of obscure at the time, but has since wasn't really massively into him, I'd say, until quite recently. It was probably about 2017 with his third album, Divide, that I really started listening to him, and it was because my friend had brought the album when we went on a trip to Lake District.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Lake District, really odd then. That's why I said Lakes Districts. Lake District. And was up there just listening to his album. I remember listening to Galway Girl a lot and really enjoying that. I think he's a very talented artist. And like you say, he does get a lot of shit these days. But he is very, very talented.
I think as well, just for such a mega star, seems like a decent guy.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Yeah, solid choice.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed that I forgot about him.
Well, I even do you remember on his first album, Lego House?
Yeah.
He even got fucking Rupert Grint to come on, because everyone's like, oh, they look alike. Just even little things like that I just think was cool. He just, leaned into, some of the stuff, that he was getting. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I really like that choice, and I'm glad that you picked him. I'm glad we got Ed in there.
Yeah, and
I'm looking forward to listening to this playlist now. For
favourite song, and I wouldn't say favourite. It's not a song you can listen to a lot because it's really sad. But I just think I've said this before. I'm someone who likes lyrics. I struggle with stuff that's just there. But the song "Small Bump" is just incredibly moving.
I don't think I've heard that one. I have to have a listen. Is it on the playlist?
Yeah, I think pretty. Yeah,
it'd be a shit top 5 songs of the artist if it wasn't on there.
Yeah. It is on there.
Well, this is a nice little tie-in because Siobhan's number 2 has actually collaborated with Ed Sheeran. Do you know who it's going to be?
There's just so many. Stormzy?
No.
I'm hoping it's Rizzle Kicks because I feel like I should have mentioned Rizzle Kicks.
No, it's a massive artist. A massive artist. Okay.
My number
Oh,
2
yeah.
is Queen Bee, otherwise known as Beyonce.
Oh.
What can I say? Incredible voice, amazing performer. She's absolutely got it all. She works hard, makes it look easy, just pure talent, and truly is an icon that I think people will be talking about and celebrating for years and years and years to come. I feel absolutely blessed to have been able to see her live twice. She is phenomenal.
I'm pretty sure that they did a duet together. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. I
They sung
thought
perfect, didn't they?
Yeah, I thought Taylor Swift first,
Okay.
and then when she said, I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, so many good songs, like ridiculously good, like Crazy in Love, Halo, Single Ladies Run the World. I'm sure there's loads
Someone's
more.
got Wikipedia up. No, she's not my cup of tea, but I'm genuinely am glad that she's made an appearance because she really does work hard for what she does, and she does it well.
Yeah.
I did actually own her debut solo single.
Yeah.
I know that it
Head
was
of the Time.
Work It Out, which was from the Austin Powers Gold Member soundtrack.
Was it?
Yeah, and that's why I think I got it, because I was a big fan of Austin Powers when I was younger.
And Beyonce's Fit As.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
probably why you did it.
What was her name in it? Foxy Love? I think something like that.
Wait, she's
But yeah.
in the film as well?
Yeah, do you not know that?
No.
Yeah, they go back to the 70s, and she plays a secret agent in the 70s.
Oh my god, how did I not realise?
That was like her debut acting role as well, I think.
That's fucking nuts that I didn't do that. Know that. Oh my god, I feel like an idiot now. Can we edit that?
Yeah, but
No.
no, she's a great artist, and I agree. Like, really not my cup of tea, but I know a lot. I was about to say I know Lauren picked her when I asked Lauren what her top 5 was, but I don't think she did, which is weird because she loves Beyonce. I think she must have forgotten about her at the time, because it's easily done when you're making these lists, forgetting about people that's so obvious in your life.
I'm glad Siobhan picked that one though, because I feel like she's someone who needs to be mentioned on top 5 solo artists, doesn't she?
Well, that's what I quite like about Siobhan's list, is because it's very different to mine and your list, which is what we need. Like, it's showing the different. This is what we're all about at the end of the day. It's personal lists. It's no one's like. It's not top 5 fantastic. Although I'd say all of mine are definitely in top 5 sort of big artists, but it's different types of top 5s, isn't it? We haven't necessarily gone with commercial top 5s or things like that. It's personal to us, and I think our lists compared to Siobhan's lists are very different, which I quite like.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so my number 2, and number 2 on my list of favourite pianists is Mr. Stevie Wonder.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't think of any. None of his songs come to mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Sir Duke?
No.
I Just Called to Say I Love You. Isn't She Lovely?
Oh yeah, Isn't She Lovely?
Yeah. He's just absolutely talented. Like, 'cause he's blind as well. So to be that talented and be blind and play, because he doesn't just play the piano, he plays other instruments as well. But obviously, piano's the one that he's most famous for. He got his first number 1 when he was 12 years old. That was back in the 1960s with a song called Fingertips. I put on my notes, bloody hell, I don't know when I wrote my notes here. I've just put, he's been killing it ever since then, including in the bedroom department, because he has over 9 kids in the space of 40 years.
Did you actually put this on there?
I've written that down in my notes, apparently.
And I like how bland you read it with no like tone or humour. It was just there, just like, and he's obviously killing it because he has 9 kids.
I was shocked that I wrote that.
You're like, who
over
was
the space
this?
of 40 years and 9 kids. Like, that's the age difference between the youngest and the oldest. But yeah, 25 Grammys, an Academy Award, songwriter and rock and roll Hall of Famer, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Like, he's a fantastic musician.
Yeah,
I'm a bit upset that you don't know that many of his songs.
I don't know why Stevie Wonder is I don't know why not in my knowledge at all. I've not listened to that much of him, I don't think.
My number 1, apparently, in a news article, said he carries around one of Stevie Wonder. I can't remember which one it was now. I read this sort of like when I was doing a bit of research. He carries around one of Stevie Wonder's albums. The album that has Sir Duke on it. He carries it around at all time because he thinks it's like the best album ever.
That's cool.
He sees it as sort of like inspiration for himself. Coincidentally, Sir Duke is one of my favourite songs. It's a great sort of jazz song that makes you want to just get up and sing and dance along. And it was written as a tribute to Duke Ellington, alongside sort of like other artists that had influenced him, but maybe sort of forgotten in the eras. So I think mentioned are Count Basie, never heard of, Glenn Miller, heard of them, Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald. And they're all like, Glenn Miller, Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, I agree, they're all fantastic artists, but they're not ones that you necessarily talk about these days, are they?
No.
He also wrote Master Blaster was a tribute to Bob Marley, and the song Happy Birthday, which I'm sure you must have heard of, not actual Happy Birthday.
I'm about to say the 20 seconds to wash my hands in, or...
Yeah, no, the song Happy Birthday was written to try and sort of promote Martin Luther King Day, because he wrote the song as a happy birthday to Martin Luther King.
That's cool.
And he sort of was trying to sort of get a Martin Luther King Day out there, and it became a thing thanks to that song. It's just inspirational, sort of like, to obviously him hold so many other people so close to him and write music about these other talented artists or people and be known for that. Like, I think that's quite fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
I also love his head rock. Whenever he sings, he always sort of like moves his head from one side to the next, which is very difficult to sort of convey via audio. But
no, but you can see it in the photos. You know, where he's like leaning back and
yeah.
Is that what you sort of mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch it, he's like, and his head's sort of like going from side to side as he does it.
Yeah.
It's a great one. So yeah, Stevie Wonder is my number 2 choice.
Nice.
More cool beans. Cool beans.
Yeah, that was a weird segue in the film as well.
That's a Hot Rod reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an absolutely bizarre part of the film. As long as like Eagle guide me and stuff like that.
Even that felt more like in fitting with the film. That was just like a random, like I feel like they edited the film at points when drunk, just like left.
Yeah, because they edited it like really bizarrely, didn't they?
And then just
like, sort of, like backtracking.
Yeah, just like made no mention to it, like after at the end of that part.
No, but it's where like Andy Samberg's got a bit of a sort of catchphrase of cool beans because he uses it a lot in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. So cool beans.
Cool beans.
Anyway, let's move on. We've got honourable mentions now. Have you got many? I know your answer is going to be you've got one because you're a decent person.
Yep, just the one. And a bit like Amy Winehouse, like just from a technical standpoint, and there's 2 of his songs that I listened to quite a lot. Like, I reckon I've listened to both these songs at least 20 times, 10 times every year for the last 10 years.
Okay.
And that is Sam Cooke.
Okay.
And A Change Is Gonna Come and What a Wonderful World.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 just absolutely like staggeringly good songs. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's just I just like every time I listen to it, like especially A Change Is Gonna Come, there's just a certain part where he just like really goes for it, and I get like goosebumps every time. Like, it's just, I don't know, like there's emotion when Sam Cooke sings, as well as being a good singer, if you know what I mean, that comes through. Whereas I think sometimes some singers, they're really good technically, but almost like sterile. There's no emotion in it.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. There's a song, I'm just trying to find it now. That's it. Bring It On Home to Me.
Yeah.
That was from the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, and that's really one of the first times I'd heard Sam Cooke. But I really, like I've said in the past, I really like the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 soundtrack more because it's sort of a more chilled out soundtrack, and Sam Cooke definitely brings that vibe to it.
Yeah, it's yeah, like I say, that he's one of the best to ever do it, and I remember such a random way of like finding him, because obviously I'm not finding him, but like for me discovering him was the TV show Supernatural.
Okay.
There's an episode called Crossroads where if you dig up a hole in a crossroads, put your picture in, you can make a pact with the devil, and you can sell your soul for it, and you become really, for whatever you wish, but become skilled at something or whatever. And there's always rumours that a singer called Robert Johnson, a blues singer, did it because he has a song called Crossroad, and he died young in a weird way.
Okay.
And then I went from him, just like trying to just finding that sort of going through that blues track, and then finding Sam Cooke, and I was like, holy shit.
That's quite a cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
I like it when you find segues from other artists into artists that you might not be aware of.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, solid honourable mention. So Siobhan's honourable mention is, at least I know who it is, but I hadn't realised she'd actually sent me one until just now. So okay. I've got nothing prepared for it. So off the cuff for both of us. It's not loading. There we go.
So I'm actually a bit gutted that I couldn't fit this person into my top 5 because I do think they're really great. My honourable mention is Katy Perry. she's broken like 15 world records or something, and she was the second person ever after Michael Jackson to have 5 number 1 singles from the same album. I mean, that's amazing. I just think her music's so much fun. She's really creative, and I don't think there's a single song of hers that I dislike. I just wish I could have fitted her into the top 5 because I really do love her.
Solid sort of pop pick, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. She's got some awesome songs. I really liked Raw.
Yeah, I really like Raw as well.
I Kissed a Girl, so iconic.
Yeah, it's like one of the most like that was years ago, that song now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I could name loads of her songs, but definitely like I do enjoy a lot of the songs that she does. There's no denying that.
Here's a random fact I know for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the band? Oh, fuck. This is a great fact, isn't it, when you can't remember the song or the singer?
We've both done well at that. I literally did the exact same thing earlier with an anecdote. We couldn't go on the Graham Norton show.
No, hold on, let me go on a Wikipedia. I can find it dated. You tell me what you think, because I'll try and find something.
Katy Perry, also known as Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, is an American singer, songwriter, and television judge. She sung in church during her childhood. She pursued a career in gospel music as a teenager. I'm just reading off Wikipedia here, by the way.
Cool.
No, she like you said. We said
that's it.
Go on.
Gym Class Heroes, classic song, Cupid's Chokehold.
Yeah.
She was in the music video for it because they were dating.
Really?
Yes, there's a little random fact I know.
Was she famous at the time? I can't imagine she would have been.
I think she was a singer, but I don't think she was like on his level. Or
no.
Yeah, well, let's have a look. No, she wouldn't have been, no. Because that came out 2004, and her first big song was surely I Kissed a Girl, right? And that's like 2008.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. No, I think that's just, like I said, wouldn't be definitely not an artist I listen to at all. Wouldn't make any of my top 5 lists, I don't think. But I think it's a solid pop choice, and for some people, I can 100% see why she's there. She's a talented musician, simple as.
Yeah, and she's got to be one of the biggest selling of all time, hasn't she? She's got to be in top 20, surely, or 50.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. Right, should I say my honourable mention?
Mention? This will be good for you if it's just one.
Right, so my original honourable mention was Siobhan's number 1.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Luckily, that's going to get mentioned, but I knocked a few people off the list, including this person I'm about to mention now. I realised my list is very male heavy.
Yeah.
I've got no female artists on there, but you got singers like Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, Whitney Houston, Tina Turner, Avril Lavigne. They were all once on my list at some point, but sort of got bumped off because my issue was I only had 1 or 2 or slightly more songs that I liked about them. Whereas all the others I've mentioned so far, that I could listen to a lot of their songs and be happy.
Yeah.
And I'd recognise them. This artist I've chosen because I feel like I just want to shoehorn this story in here. But she was one of my favourite. Stars in one of my favourite musicals of all time. So she is a musical artist, but she's released 2 albums of her own, which she covers songs, and she's got a 3rd one coming out, which is her own songs she's written, and it's an artist called Rachel Tucker. That no one would have heard of.
I'm about to say, I've never heard of her.
No one would have heard of her. She first became known because she was on the Do you remember Andrew Lloyd Webber did a series of reality TV shows in which he was trying to find like the new Nancy or...
Was Joseph one? Yeah. Yes. I never watched it, but I remember it being about and stuff.
I didn't watch any of them because at the time I wasn't into musicals, but people who know me now know that I'm very much into musicals.
Mm-hmm.
She was in I'd Do Anything, in which they were trying to find a new Nancy for Oliver. She's since gone on to star in loads of West End musicals, and like Last Ship, which was with Sting. She's the longest running Elphaba from Wicked. But the musical that I've seen her in is a musical called Come From Away, which is one of the most outstanding musicals ever. It's about the 9/11 terrorist attack.
Is it the Canada thing?
Yeah, so...
I remember Lauren telling me.
Yeah, during 9/11, 38 planes land in Gander, Newfoundland in Canada, which doubles their population overnight. And it talks about the kindness of everyone in this small town sort of coming together to sort of provide home, shelter, food for all these people while they're stranded there for I think about 5 days. And it sort of shows the good stories despite the disaster. And Rachel Tucker plays a character called Beverly Bass, who in real life Beverly Bass was the first female American sort of commercial airline pilot, and she's one of the people who get stranded there. And she sings a song called "Me in the Sky," which is absolutely fantastic, and it's just such a great song. And she's got such great vocals that just works so well with it. And it's one of my favourite songs of all time, like musical wise. And she just sings it absolutely phenomenally. But you can't find a copy of her singing it. I think you can on YouTube, but it's not the same because you haven't got the backing vocals. It's just her singing it. And on Spotify, it's someone else. But she went over to America to actually play this role as well because she performed it so well in the West End. But yeah, just really like the artist. It's not one that anyone would have heard of, but it's just an artist that really is great. And she covers Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran. And she does it brilliantly.
Oh, nice.
It's one of my favourite covers of that song.
Something weird then. So I've just gone on Images to see if I recognise her. I don't.
No,
But there's a side by side image of her like dressed up at like a award show or something.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of her dressed up as one of the witches. I'm
Yeah.
way more attracted to her as a green witch.
You prefer his alphabet.
Yeah, don't know what that's about. That's something I'm gonna have to
Something
think
you're gonna have
about.
to
Talk to
either
myself
work
about.
on or-
Yeah, exactly. Go to therapy over or something.
Shauna, you know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like Chandler with the shark.
Yeah. I know. It was. Yeah, she's just. I thought I needed something a bit sort of different on my list.
You didn't
I
want to
feel
be
like
called out for being sexist, basically.
Yeah, that. And yeah, basically, I didn't want to get called out for being a sexist. That's why I named 6 females at the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's my honorable mention.
Nice one.
Should we go for your number 1 choice?
Let's do it. It is the Don that is Eminem.
Okay.
I just other than Indian rap are my 2 favourite, or hip hop are my 2 favourite like genres of music. What?
I knew what your 2 favourite genres of music were, and that's the only reason I managed to work out what you just said.
Oh right.
But I heard Indian rap.
Also, love a bit of Indian rap.
Love a bit of Indian rap.
But yeah, so Eminem's the number 1 guy, isn't he? Really, in sales and also in ability. Like there's loads of interviews with the top sort of rap artists, and they all say, they ask who's the best to ever do it, and they say Eminem.
Yeah.
But
my biggest issue with Eminem, by the way,
yeah,
is that I'm trying to Google him right now just to sort of follow in with the chats because we both like to do that. We don't hide it. I've got no idea how you spell his name. Marshall Mathers. I know that. I know his real name's Marshall Mathers. Marshall Mathers. Either way,
but
I can follow along now.
Yeah, I just think his whole career is great. Like his first album was super iconic, and then obviously I remember watching 8 Mile growing up. That was great, and then his album Recovery dropped about. I think it must have been about a month or 2 before I went to Tanzania.
Yeah.
It was in the June, and I went in the September, and that was one of, I don't know, only about 6 albums I ended up putting on my iPod Touch because I filled it with shitty apps for some reason. And, so I listened to that album so much, and just again, like with Tom Grennan's first album, Ed Sheeran's first album, I just loved all the songs on there, and it was great because he'd gone through a bit of a patch, hadn't he, where he sort of lost his status, as being one of the best ever. He'd not really had as much critical success with his albums before then. Particularly, I can't remember, was it Relapse on before that everyone hated? So it was kind of like, is that it now? Is his best days behind him? And he had so many good. I mean, Love the Way You Lie, Rihanna. Do you remember how much that was overplayed because it was so popular? Won't Back Down. I can't remember who was on that. Was that Pink?
There was. I don't know who was on what album, but I know he did one with Dido, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe it was Dido that was in that one as well. But yeah, Not Afraid. I remember that one being really popular. But I love there's one on there, and will be my number 1 choice for his songs because I don't think it's his best necessarily. But that was the one I seemed to listen to the most, or on the coolest drives, and that was Spacebound.
Okay, again, not heard of it. I don't really know. I know his popular stuff.
Yeah.
But I will know his obscure stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
It might not be as obscure as in my head. It's not one that I've heard.
No, but I think it is probably one of the more obscure ones. Like, if you go on his popular songs, it won't be his top 20.
Yeah. Do you know what I really enjoyed about Eminem?
What's that?
The band he was in, D12.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Purple Pills and My Band. Fantastic songs. Anyway, yeah. So, what was it? I think it was the Slim Shady LP. Do you remember very early on during Top 5 Books, we had a guest on, my cousin Sally?
Yeah. Shout out, Sally.
Yeah, shout out to Sally. Don't know if she still listens, but hi, Sally, if you do.
And if you don't, fuck you, Sally. Listen to our podcast.
Yeah. Although saying fuck you, Sally, listen to our podcast when she doesn't listen doesn't really hold much.
But it felt good.
but I know her mum has listened to some episodes as well.
Next. Sorry, Sally's mum.
Just thought I'd put that in there. But anyway, I know Sally and her sister Jane, I'm pretty sure that they got the Slim Shady album at one point. But obviously, it was quite inappropriate at the time, for especially how old we were, because she must have been about 8 or 9 when that one came out. So her dad went through the album and like bleeped out all the swear words so she could listen to it, and like put it onto a CD.
What unbelievable effort that is!
Pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
Like, just so that she could listen to it, and actually, I think that's quite a good thing.
What's Sally's dad's name?
Gary.
What a lad Gary is.
Quite a nice thing to do for someone.
Yeah, definitely.
Who enjoys music. Yeah, I do like Eminem when I listen to him, actually, because I'm not a fan of rap in the slightest. But there's something about him, isn't there? It just works.
Oh, yeah. And, like, well, I don't think at all. Like, you know, like, even before he was, like, you know, releasing albums, he went to the Rap Olympics, didn't he? Where he had to freestyle, and he came second. A lot of people say he should have won. But, like, even just his work ethic. Like, I was watching his interview with Busta Rhymes, and he did a really, really good song featuring Eminem called "Calm Down," and he said he wanted to do one with Eminem that would go on the radio because he knew it'd get a lot of money, it'd be popular. And I think is it got to be like 3 minutes or less than 3 minutes to go on the radio?
Okay, yeah.
But he said, so he Busta Rhymes recorded his lines, you know, and sent him that and the beat, and said to Eminem, "I'd like you to do a verse on there." And then he said Eminem's verse was so good, he's like, "Well, I can't have him be better than me on the album." On the song. So then he did some more and sent it back to Eminem, who then wrote some more and sent it back to him. And he says, and it's really cool because, like, knowing that story, it almost does feel like there's a battle to be the main man on the track, and it has that, like, two artists pushing themselves, like, creatively to write better and rhyme better.
That's actually, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and I just thought it was a really cool story, but just showed, like, you know, that he's not just good himself, he seems to bring other artists up with him almost. Do you know what I mean? His standards are so high that it's probably been good for the rap game, because I bet rappers have had to emulate him, and it's made them better as a result.
Yeah. No, I think he's fantastic. He's won an Oscar as well.
Yeah, for 8 Mile, was it?
Yeah, Lose Yourself.
Well, and that's on the Spotify playlist.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, solid choice, actually. And I'm glad your choices are all very different from each other. Whereas I've gone very similar, I feel so.
See, I felt like I was very similar with mine, but maybe now I spoke about it, I don't feel as...
Well, I've gone for very rock styles, I'd say.
Yeah.
Right, should we go for Siobhan's number 1 choice and my old honourable mention?
Let's do it.
Number 1, she is the music industry. It's Taylor Swift. There just aren't enough words for me to go into how much I love her. She's just fantastic. I mean, not only did she manage to release 2 wonderful albums, Folklore and Evermore, back to back during COVID, but she's also been re-releasing her old music so that she can finally own it, as well as songs from the vault that she's never even shared before. She is the greatest pop icon and the ultimate pop star. She writes her own music, and there's so much meaning behind every song. She shares all of herself, the good, the bad, captures it in the most beautiful and authentic way, and manages to turn it into hit after hit. She keeps her fans, like me, guessing. She's constantly surprising us, and is also just a brilliant live singer. I completely adore her.
Tay-Tay herself.
Tay-Tay.
How I personally know her.
Yeah, do you know what? Taylor Swift, I think I'm going to have a Taylor Swift day where I just go through her albums in chronological order and go through, because there's so many people who love her, you know, who I wouldn't typically put as a sort of that type of music or, you know, fan, that I'm like, I think I need to get into her more. I've heard her new album or latest album, not the re-release, the one before that.
See, I've not heard of either of those two, but I want to go back and listen.
But
to
yeah,
them.
I've heard people say like it's like a genuinely like mega hit album, like so good the music on it.
Well, one of my friends is obsessed with her. Like, if you go on a car journey with him, you'll be listening to Taylor Swift most of the journey. And she has got some amazing tunes. Like, some of her earlier albums, the country style albums, like genuinely really good. And she's sort of like gone forwards in terms of her career and moved with the times, if you will, and still stayed relevant. And I think that's again a tribute to her.
I think as well. I think what brought her down a little bit was
dating Harry Styles.
Did she? I didn't know that. 22 was it the song?
Yeah.
Was it that one?
Which is a great song, so I'm intrigued to see where you're going with it.
I just remember there being one that just felt a little bit annoying.
22 is a little bit annoying.
But then she's had some like really just good songs, hasn't she?
Love Story is one of my favourite songs by her.
I really like Shake It Off.
Shake It Off's another great one.
That's a great like cleaning song.
I like listening to Shake It Off and then Shake It by Metro Station.
And just having all the shakes.
And just shake it down. I remember going to a club once, and Shake It came on by Metro Station, and suddenly, like, the DJ moved from out of his booth and came to sort of the front of the stage, and then 3 other people got on stage, and they'd got a dance routine choreographed to the song, and I just absolutely loved it. Just suddenly, all these 4 people just suddenly dancing at the front of the stage to Shake It.
That's cool.
That was just such a surreal, but it's a great song. Completely unrelated to Taylor Swift, I understand, but it just came into my head when I was talking about, But yeah, Taylor Swift, she is a great musician.
Well, yeah, one of the best to do it, isn't she? And, in terms of numbers that she's put up is crazy. And she's, again, how old is she? Like 30?
Yeah.
So she's...
Just follow her album.
Yeah, well, she only got better, isn't she? Now she's got a bit more freedom, because that's weird, isn't it? That that all came out. I wonder how much even better she's going to be.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I know, like Siobhan mentioned, she's got a notoriety. No, I can't think what the word is. Notoriety. She's famous.
Notoriety.
For you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, notoriety is it? Yeah,
notoriety. I think that's a word that I've realised I've only ever seen written down, and it's the first time I've attempted to say it out loud. For sort of writing songs about heartbreak and ex-boyfriends and stuff like that. But you know what? It works for her. Who cares? And she's even gone on to parody it, because there's an episode of Family Guy in which she appears as herself, and she starts dating Chris. But Chris actually makes her happy, and she starts writing happy songs, but her fans don't like it, so Chris dumps her. To sort of like, it's a really nice moment.
To help her to get her music
exactly.
back on.
And I love it, because Stewie's a massive fan.
Loads of other musicians do as well. Because Ed Sheeran's, a lot of his is sort of breakup music.
Oh yeah,
I think his whole first album is pretty much.
A lot of musicians that tend to be absolutely fantastic write about sort of experiences in their life, and
Adele.
She apparently has had a lot of heartbreak. So yeah, Adele has. Who's another solid choice.
Yeah, I feel bad that none of us picked her as well.
Yeah, if Lauren was a guest, she would have picked her. I got a ticket to see her live. She's one of the few, because I've not been to very many live gigs. In fact, I've mainly been to festivals. I wouldn't say I've been to very many, if any, live concerts. But I took Lauren to see Adele at Wembley, and she was fantastic. I'd go to the pub with her, going back to our pub chat of last week.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go to the pub with Adele.
We're going to have an awesome pub trip, aren't we, with all these people?
And my number 1 choice would be someone else that I think would be fantastic at the pub, because the stories this man has got to tell must be absolutely phenomenal. And I think we all knew this was coming, despite me bleeping out what Mike said earlier, because I've talked about this guy before on the podcast numerous times, saying that he's my favourite musician. And it's Elton John. I just love everything about his music. Everything that he performs is absolute gold. And he's been going on for donkey's years. I even like his more recent stuff, which, he's one of those guys. I think he's actually stopped touring now, which is really annoying. But I would have loved to have seen live.
Frustratingly, he played in Derby not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah. Cricket ground.
I think I wanted to go see his sort of like final performances, but couldn't for whatever reason. But yeah, he's just done so many great hits. fantastic duet. He's done a duet with Tupac, for God's sake.
Yeah, Get a Gospel. That's in the playlist.
Fantastic
from my choice.
song.
Yeah, it's such a good song.
Taron Egerton, he's done a duet with George Michael, Kiki D. He's, unlike David Bowie, he can't act, but I do enjoy his cameo in Kingsman 2, and he is in a rock opera called Tommy, which is by The Who, about a deaf, dumb and blind kid playing pinball. I'm sure you've heard of Pinball Wizard.
Yeah.
So that sort of like is from Tommy, the rock opera, and Elton John's in the musical, the film version, playing the ex-Pinball Wizard champion, who's sort of been defeated by Tommy, and he sings the song Pinball Wizard on it. He's just a great guy, and you can't talk about Elton John either without talking about The Lion King.
Yeah, exactly. That on its own's worth and being on the list without his actual other back catalogue of his albums.
Disney in the 90s had some fantastic people like Elton John and
and the thing is, I genuinely, this is bold statement, but I don't think Lion King would be such a classic and as iconic as it is without that opening song that just sets the tone for the film like amazingly.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah.
Oh, I can never sing it properly. Like I always sing the opening lines as Arsene Wenger. I don't know why. I always have ever since childhood.
Great manager.
But anyway, just Elton John. We have talked about him previously on the podcast because Mike, you've obviously talked about how he's on the car journey and you're all like, don't like him, and then all suddenly realizing actually he's fantastic.
Well, like I say, which is one of them where you go, I don't really like Elton John. It's like, well, apart from Tiny Dancer, yeah. Oh, and your song's pretty good. And I'm still standing. Yeah, Rocket Man. And before you know it, you've named like 12 songs that are like absolute classics. And you're like, oh.
He's definitely got so many songs that's so iconic with so many different sort of variations of genre there as well. He's just brilliant. But genuinely, as weird as it is, my favourite song though is his most recent hit of "I'm Gonna Love Me Again," which he sings with Taron Egerton, which I put on my playlist. Like, it's just a brilliant song. It's just really upbeat and sort of inspirational.
By the way, did Siobhan put her favourite song for each person?
She sent me her top 5 lists. So yes, she did.
So what, like 5 for each one or just 1 for each one?
5 for each one, but she has numbered them.
Oh, nice one.
But they're all on the playlist.
Sweet.
So yeah.
I think we have a great playlist, by the way.
I've already been listening to it on my night shift.
Oh, nice.
That's without your ones on there. So I'm looking forward to adding yours. Well, you've just added yours on there, so I'm looking forward to listening to them now. And where can you listen to that, Mike?
You can listen to that at Mammon Podcast.
On Spotify.
Or you can check us out on Mam on Twitter, where we'll put a link to it, or Mam on Facebook. Or you can email us with your top 5 lists at mammonpodcast@hotmail.com.
Yep, all of those things. Basically, just Google Mammon Podcast and you'll find a whole host of things you can find us on.
Yeah, I want my Twitter OG getting on the likes on this one.
Yeah? Are they not liking you lately?
No.
Oh.
Whoa. Listen. I've already lost all of Sally's family. We're not this episode. We've got to stop coming at people.
It's literally just going to be Shauna listening to the podcast because I've gone insulted, or we've gone.
You're going to lose family over this.
Oh dear.
Oh. On that note, right. Michael. On the note of losing things. Our next top 5 are going to be lost artifacts.
Oh yeah,
it's not. But how great would that segue have been if it was?
It would have been a great segue.
Yeah, but it's not. What is our top 5 next week?
Next week is, you put me really on the spot here because I haven't got it up on my list. So I'm going to keep on talking until I find it, or you're going to do the heartbeat sounds. I feel like it's an episode of I don't know. Where do they do that sort of stuff? I'm panicking because I can't find the list.
I can feel the nerves. I love it.
Shit.
You know you can edit all this, don't you?
I do, but I don't. I was going to say you've listened to them. You don't listen to them.
I listen to some of it. I record it. I'm in it. I live it, man. I live it.
You live. I've just got to listen to our voices again. Listen to... I'm the one who's got to listen back to all of us and like, this is absolute shit. Why are people listening to this?
Do you know what? I can't decide if 18 feels like a lot, or actually I feel like we've done way more than 18. Do you know what I mean?
I've numbered them wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, this is our 18th episode.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So what's next week, and then what will be episode 20?
Episode 20, we had picked, but I'm nervous about because I want more time to research.
Yeah.
I've already started. So I'll tell you what next week's is, and then I'll tell you why for the week after.
Okay.
So next week's is one that I'm really looking forward to. It's our top 5 Netflix TV originals.
Yeah, I'm I think a bit like Disney, there'll probably be quite a lot of crossover.
Yes, I agree.
But I'm not bothered.
But I also hope that there's no crossover because there's so much in these that deserves to be talked about.
Yeah.
Because there's some great content on there that you can find.
We're
not sponsored by Netflix, by the way.
Also, can I just say, when I Googled Taron Egerton, it said he's from Cheshire, which is England.
Yeah. Okay. So, did you listen to last week's podcast?
No.
I call you out on this.
What, with a chip in?
So I chipped in because halfway through editing, I was like, Taron Egerton's Welsh, but then I had Googled it and saw, he was from Cheshire, born to an English dad and Welsh mother. Just a little bit prior, though, you'd had the argument about me saying that Joanna Lumley's not English, technically speaking. And you go, well, if they want to be from this country, and they say that they're from this country, that's where they're from. If you continue reading his Wikipedia entry, he says that he identifies as Welsh.
Okay, that's fine then. I'll back off.
Technically speaking, Taron Egerton shouldn't have been in your top 5 English actors honourable mention.
I'm a piece of shit. We know this.
But as I said in the chip-in, I got very overexcited about you choosing him. So I couldn't ignore it. I got too hooked on the moment, knowing for a fact he was Welsh, but I got overexcited and
because he was a great shout.
Yeah, because it was just a brilliant call. But it was an honourable mention, so we will let it slide. So next week is top 5 Netflix TV originals. If you've got any originals that you've watched and you don't think many people have watched themselves, feel free to message us. Shall I start with that again?
No, keep that.
Okay.
Just message us.
Just and then message us on either via the email or on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or send us a voice note on Anchor. We've quite enjoyed actually having the guest on because it means less work for me. It means I don't have to do any reading. And
like I say, they seem to be better at than us, which really worries me.
Yeah. Which, considering they're going to be recording it on their phone, probably in bed, because Siobhan sent all of hers around about midnight to 1 o'clock. So,
do you know what? That was a confident noise level from her for that time. There was no whispering there at all. She was like, fuck my neighbours.
Sam was probably in bed next door being like, will you shut up?
Yeah. In fact, Siobhan, comment on Facebook if you woke up your boyfriend.
Forgotten where I was going next. Oh, yeah. So, but then the week afterwards, we have got our, or we should have our top 5 historical figures. Do you see why I want to do a bit more research?
Yeah, because it's the internet and we'll be fucking lynched if we get something wrong.
Exactly. And I want to I wouldn't say I've got a top 5 historical figures in the slightest yet. I want to do research about people to decide whether they're going to be there or not. At the moment, all I can think of is tyrants.
Well, we can... Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini.
Although there's a great film called The Death of Stalin on Netflix, which actually makes me sort of want to put some of his Russian advisors on there because they're so manipulative and awesome. But it's a comedy film. It's a satire, by the way. Recommend it. But I just don't feel we've got enough time, 2 weeks, to do the research.
Well, we can maybe move that one for something else if you want.
I agree. Is there anything that you want for next week? Or the week afterwards instead? This is great talk.
Well, I'm trying to think, can we link it to number 20? I feel like... No, do you know what? I feel like it should be some sort of nostalgia thing linked to our first episode or something. Or our run so far. Why don't we do our top 5 episodes so far?
Yeah. Easy. I could tell you them right now. Rom-coms, board games, Disney shows.
Board games was the first one that I felt like we've got something here.
We were professional.
Yeah.
I know it's just regressed, like we said.
Yeah.
No, I feel... Maybe, because we've done our top 5 childhood video games, why don't we go on and do our top 5 childhood films? So films we enjoyed before the ages, shall we say 15.
Yeah, okay.
What's this scraping going on in the background?
Oh, it's just a lid.
Okay. Yeah, so top 5 childhood films.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so that's our next 2 weeks planned. So episode 20 will be top 5 childhood films, and episode 19 will be our top 5 Netflix TV originals. The one thing I'm struggling with that, and I want to sort of clear it up here. I've got at least one show on my list that is in the UK a Netflix original, but technically speaking, it's not. It was made by a different sort of network in America, but Netflix have brought the rights to that TV show and claimed it as an original, even though it wasn't. Are we allowing that?
Do
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes because, for instance, I've picked one, and it's probably going to be my number one.
Mm.
That is not created by Netflix, but it was created for Netflix.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. So slightly different to what I was saying.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So mine's a slight bending of a rule, isn't it? I guess. So if I allow yours, you can allow mine. Deal?
No, I'm not sure now. I feel like you're throwing a curveball in the mix by me allowing your one. No, I'm joking.
About to say, I was like, it's my number one. I've lost all my passion.
So's mine. So I would lose my passion as well. Yes, no, I'm happy with that.
Okay, decent.
Nice doing business with you.
You too. And as always, if you've got this far, well done. You're awesome.
Do you want to hear a rhyme?
Let's do it.
I've realised I got the page open and I never said it at the beginning.
Okay.
Right. Anna Banana played the piano. The piano broke and Anna choked.
I feel like if you do an American accent for me, like a
Anna Banana played the piano broke and Anna choked.
Yeah, I think it's insane. It sounds better American.
Was that a good American accent? I'm not very good at accents. You've got a great game, haven't you, that you tried to get me to do when I was drunk?
Yeah, it's a great game because the worse you are at it, the better it is.
Which I'm absolutely atrocious
Where
at.
you just shout at someone, you give them a line, and then you give them an accent they've got to say it in, and they can't practice it. They've just got to say whatever comes out their mouth and commit, even if it's god awful. And it's it's good fun. And you really panicked with it.
I did. I can't remember what accent you gave me, but I did panic, and I was very drunk at the time. But yeah.
I think I gave it a pretty easy one. Wasn't it like a 90s West Indian southern accent?
I wouldn't even begin to know how to...
I don't know. I'm just chatting shit.
Well, yeah, clearly. Isn't that what this podcast is?
Yeah, literally.
That's going to be our sequel. Mike and Mike chat shit. I don't know how you'd acronym that.
No, I'm not going to try and say it. Right. As always, thanks everyone, and we will see you next week.
Right. I'm leading the podcast, so I say the goodbyes.
Oh, okay.
You just messed up everything. We're going to have to re-record.
Can you imagine?
Welcome to Mike and Mike on Mike. This week we're going to be talking about our top 5 solo artists.
But we can't.
How you found this topic this week, Mike?
We can't use the same top 5 artists as well, so we've got to scramble.
Luckily, thanks to the power of editing, which we're clearly not going to use for this because I just can't be arsed half the time, I get to say goodbye. Bye, everyone.
Bye all.
Bye.
And stop recording.